integration right from senior 1 up to senior 4. By our teachers, we were taught from senior 1 up to senior 4, second term, to be presented to UNEM, plus the project, the marks for the projects. That will be the 20% of our final exam this year. My question is, these activities of integration will, like after every topic, these activities of integration, each one of them, are they going to be presented or just a few will be presented?
My name is Morgan Bob, a student of St. Charles Longer College in Congo. My question is that as we obtain the 20% of the marks for the last exams in senior 4, how are the officials who are going to mark these exams identify that the subject teachers were transparent and accountable enough in giving the true marks for their learners?
My name is Ibrahim. I am a student of Royal Secondary School. Mine is just an inquiry. I think what you talked about was all about the theory part of agriculture. So I would like you to give us more light on the practical part, how to set things, which areas are they going to focus on. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Kulagama, a student at the CSS. I would like to be enlightened more on practical work and how many months it will contain, because they're saying we are working for 80% in the final exams and the 10% we are working on it during the course of senior 1 up to senior 4 second term. Some more clarification is needed.
My name is Atisio Sumaya, a student of Marata Secondary School. Me, I would like to know more about the picking of optional subjects, like when you're picking agriculture with entrepreneurship, will it go or no? Because they are all personal subjects. Thank you.
Excuse me, we're going to pause. Questions from the line.
Let me answer this one. You can bring up here the mic. Thank you very much. Those who have been able to interact, and you tell me now that you have been listening, and I want to thank you for that. One, A-level, the stand of the ministry. I will ask Ronald, the desk officer, to say something about the ministry's stand. And I don't have all the answers, but I will answer those that I can manage to do in my knowledge and experience. One, when your mother is cooking, you don't ask the mother whether the food is ready or not. You just wait for the food to be served. At MCDC, for us, we are working on the curriculum. When it will be served, you just wait. Number two is about who chooses that project. Who chooses the project? Is it the student or the teacher? For now, the teacher is the facilitator. So he brings what we call a driving question. And the driving question has many follow-up questions that the teacher will be continuing to give you week after week. Like if I said, how can you use evasive plants to attract bees? That is the question. But there are very many other follow-up questions. One of the follow-up questions, why should we attract bees? Another question, what are invasive plants? Which of these is in our community? Those are, which one can we bring to our community? Then how are we going to attract the bees? What shall we need? Those are follow-up questions. Whom are we going to work with? So you bring the other business model canvas and complete it. And by the time you complete that one, it will take you 2 weeks. The business model canvas, using one question alone. Then you go into implementation. You have now agreed that this plant is invasive, but it can attract bees for us. Then you say, where are the material, where are the inputs for growing this plant? So you start, you clear the land and do what? Then we want to see the invasive plant. And then you record whether bees have been attracted or not. Then you display to the public, you invite the public that come and see my invasive plant that attracts bees, and they will come and see if the bees have come. They will give you feedback. And you make a report and put all of this information in your portfolio. And if the teacher is using the app from UNEP, we'll be monitoring you at each stage and recording what you are doing. So the teacher, for now, because for us, we are starting this now. In other countries, they start project-based learning in primary 5. So by the time you are in secondary school, you are an expert. You can create your own driving question. But since it has come, and the primary school is going to be reviewed, we are going to put it in P5 as well, in the new primary curriculum, because we have started also the journey to prepare to change the primary curriculum. We have already done a baseline survey. What do the communities say about the primary curriculum? That survey has been done, and they are working on the data to give us a report. When the report is ready, they will start the process. It is a long journey to make a new curriculum, a very, very long journey. If I told you the lower secondary curriculum started in 2006, the journey. For me, I joined that journey in 2010, and it was only rolled out in 2020. So it is a long, long journey, because it involves all stakeholders. And if you want to involve everybody, be willing to be slow. Activities of integration and projects, they contribute to what? According to the architect of competence-based, each assessment stands on its own. So activities of integration will stand on their own, projects will stand on their own, and end of cycle will stand on their own. For me, that is the knowledge I have. Those who are telling me you are going to add, you get 80%, that's your story. It is your story. The one who says, are our teachers transparent and honest? I want to conclude with that. GPS is going to help us. Immediately the teachers start punching in your information. We shall know how you people think before even we receive your scores. But those scores, even before, even the current assessment, they use a Z score to put you where you belong, even if you have inflated your scores. That is what we call a Z score in statistics. It equates people according to how they think. We don't need to come near you. Immediately you start being near this phone, and then you punch there that this is my name. If it appears in another system in the cloud, then we shall start tracking you and see how you think. So it is very easy to know how the St. Charles Manga children think vis-a-vis the marks they have been given. We don't need to fight with anybody about honesty. But eventually, society will tell us that those teachers are not doing the right thing. It is like now. St. Charles Rwanga gives 80% to a child in the old curriculum. Moyos SS also gives 80. Then YY Okot also gives 80. But when people go out there, we see the difference very fast. So it is the society to tell the teachers become honest. It will tell them. Practical agriculture, how are the questions? I've already shared that UNEB has put the format on the portal of the school. I want you, when you go back, ask the teachers to download the format of practicals. But quickly, we have 2 questions in practicals. One is called observational investigation. Here, the quick example, if we have cassava there, I take you there, you look at the cassava and tell me what did the farmer did do that makes that plant to be like it is. Then suggest what should be done. That is observation. You have not manipulated anything on the plant, you have just observed. Then the second question is investigative investigation. Investigative investigation. Here, you are expected to manipulate the phenomenon. You manipulate it by doing an experiment. So you can be provided with 2 soil samples. For instance, that is what is on the format. They provide you with 2 soil samples. So you, as the learner, you decide if the soil samples are good for use in a garden. So you choose an experiment you want to do to decide that. Then you state the aim of your experiment. You state your prediction when you carry out the experiment. Tentatively, what you think is going to happen. What you think is likely to happen is called a hypothesis. Then you gather materials for use in your experiment. So you have to list the materials that you are going to use for your experiment. Then you state the steps you are going to follow to carry out your experiment. So you put the procedure. When you follow those experiments, you collect data. So you have to have a space for data collection. You gather the information from your experiment and record it. Then after gathering the information, you analyze the information. What does this information mean in science? You give meaning to your information. Finally, you make a conclusion. What do you say about your experiment in general? And there, we want you either to accept that the prediction was correct, or it was not correct. Like if I brought here a white powder and a blue powder, if I'm in chemistry, for instance, I can say the blue powder contains copper. That is my prediction. My experiment was investigating whether these materials contain copper. Then I write the procedure for determining whether copper is present or not. Then I make observations using the different liquids or reagents. Then I say, from these observations, I think copper is present or it's not present. Then I conclude by saying the blue thing does not have or has copper according to the information I've gathered. So that is generally, there are 2 questions in all of the sciences. Physics, there will be 2 questions. One is investigative, another one is observational. Only 2. In chemistry, the same. In biology, the same. In agriculture, the same. And at one point, we had said the children should do only 1 practical. Then some people say, wait a minute, our jobs are going. So that was the fun part of it. How many scores are for practical? The practicals, we are not using marks as somebody said, we use scores. and scores are in a band. If you meet the score band, then we give you the score. Generally, it is about my previous experience, because we are beginning. We have put every item in the paper is 10 scores. In all the papers of agriculture, they are 10. So somebody should not tell you they are 20 or what, because we are learning. By 2032, we shall go to a different level, 19. And by 2036, we shall go to 37. That's when people have understood what we are talking about. I know it will take 15 years for everybody in this country to understand competence-based. It is not, it is a journey. All countries have taken the same time to be there. So for now, we are starting with 10 scores. If somebody is getting out of 10 scores, he's doing his own things. First stick to 10 and learn the dynamics and the gymnastics. Selection of subjects, electives. You see, we have learners with special learning needs, and some of you being passionate about some subjects and others. In competence-based, a number of subjects have the same things they are assessing. So do not get worried that if I've not done this subject, I've missed this one. Like now in agriculture, all of the entrepreneurship people are talking about in entrepreneurship is there. So I don't see reason why you should do agriculture and entrepreneurship, except when the teacher is not teaching it well. Because the syllabus here, I can share with you. I will start with the crops or animals that are here. They say here, in poultry, understand the importance of demonstrating entrepreneurial skills in marketing poultry. So entrepreneurship is there. In fish, they say, understand how to market fish and make a money out of it. Then, in rabbit rearing, show entrepreneurial skills in rabbit rearing. Then, in goat rearing, show entrepreneurial skills in goat rearing. In beverages, show entrepreneurial skills in coffee, tea, cocoa production. In fruit production here, where if you are growing fruits, mangoes like those I saw, and oranges here on the road, show entrepreneurial skills in fruit growing. In agroforestry, in palm culture, show entrepreneurial skills required to make a success of an agroforestry garden, a watershed garden, a palm culture. In cattle production, they say, show skills in marketing cattle products and byproducts. So I don't know what you will be missing. Then, about money, which is part of entrepreneurship, we have a full topic. Financial services and money in agriculture. And here, what do they say, which is in senior 2 of entrepreneurship? Understand the difference between needs and wants. It is a topic in entrepreneurship. Show the difference between investment and saving. Understand the importance of saving. Know the different types of banks and bank accounts. Have the teachers taken you to a bank to see the different types of bank accounts? Then, open a bank account. Have you opened the bank accounts, those who are in senior 4? You need a bank account, members. Then show skills in budgeting using spreadsheet and Excel. So I don't know what you will be missing if you have chosen agriculture. Everything is there. All of the vocational skill subjects, the 9 vocational subjects, or 8, have the same skills we are looking for. It is like all of the sciences have the same skills we are looking for. But for purposes of our friends who do not want to lose their jobs, we separated them. We separated them because we don't want them to lose their jobs. In Uganda, there is a lot of unemployment. But the skills in physics are the same as the skills in chemistry, they are the same as the skills in biology. It's the same thing. The skills in geography and history are the same. But I don't want to go into that. From the curriculum point of view, they are the same. So in other countries, people do only 2 subjects or 3. Language for communication, science, 1 subject, not 3 like us, and mathematics. That is it. And those are national exams. Those who are developed better than us, they are only doing 3 subjects. Here we are struggling with many. But because we want to give people jobs, that is the key, because we want people to be employed as well. So, I'm emphasizing as I request the desk officer to say something about the ministry's stand. I hope we have the question. Those others, you give me the papers you have written.
Let me follow it. 1. Can we rise up? I've seen there's a lot of historiating, understanding. Great. Can we spend ourselves? Rise up, rise up, rise up. They say there are cells. The first thing that begins to die in our body is actually the toes from the leg upwards. But when you exercise it, you slide it always. So let's rise up and we are not going to give very serious analyzer. Please try to wake up. Can we go for only 2 factorials? 2 factorials. 1, 2, 1. Okay? Yes, one of the exercise today. Let's say the 2 factorial, 1, 2, with the left and right hand side, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. Then we shall sit down, okay? Yes.
So let me help you. Great. We are going to follow what is on the screen. We do like that.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Performing art, thank you very much, thank you very much. You can have a seat. I think we are now lively. We are going to have maybe 1 or 2 to submit, but the next project comes. Then you have the following announcements. Those who have come with, those who are going to have exhibitions, Mr. Bail is behind there. As first, you can call behind there and you register what you are going to exhibit. 2, those who also going to have presentations. It's a school that have organized some package for you to present to us. You also go and register with him. Then, our curriculum is rich. After our next officer, we are very grateful. By I think we can reach there when we are very good. At the time we said we are going to have entertainment. But this entertainment will come from the landlords. So those who have something to entertain us in the evening, you register with our Vice Chair, Ashok, Western, Southern, of good. I think that's, and they came right to the hall. Get back to the entrance point, registration table at the entrance. You get the register so that we get to know you have been here officially so that we can plan effectively for our meeting. I think with this, I hand us back to Mr. Kerry to welcome maybe more questions for the next officer for the morning. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, let us give time for the next officer to respond to Nile and Acholi. You are welcome.
Thank you. the senior folks are wondering what will happen to them in 2025 when they get to A-level. When you get to A-level, we'll have an abridged curriculum for you as the A-level curriculum settles in, because 2028, in 2028, the A-level curriculum should have come on board. So we're going to abridge for you the curriculum so that you carry on. We don't want you to drop the good skills you are learning, the different way of learning. So the preparations are on, and by the time you get there, that will also be ready. So what is important now is to make sure your O-level is well done.
Thank you too. Matthias, you have something? Okay. We are coming back to the...
We take only 5 minutes of time.
It may not be not only for students, but teachers also if you have concern. You raise it up. Let me pick one hand of a teacher, the student, alternatively.
Secondly, those who have written and they want me to read it through, that's still give me the sheets of paper. You have written on the sheet of paper.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Super Gladys from Secondary School, Gulu. My question goes like this. You talked about the teachers, like making this for students. So we appreciate the efforts of the government to implement the new curriculum because it's helping us to do a lot. But we find in this case that at times also, like the learning books, at times for the different classes, they come late. So in that process, like let me say, the senior folks, they are acting as a specimen where we are being tested on the new curriculum. So we are finding that coverage of the syllabus is really affecting the school. Because we are taking, for instance, these central schools, they have like more access to internet, they have more lessons, but let's also take a look at the village schools, because we are Uganda. So as we are moving, we have to move together. We don't only have to focus on the schools in the central, on the schools in like the eastern, but let's take all the schools in the country today at once. Because these schools in the village, they don't have that much access to internet. So in that case, the teachers are fighting hard to bridge the curriculum. By the time this Singapore sit for their unit, so I don't know how you're going to help the country in setting this new curriculum since you have also focused on the village schools.
Thank you. Peter?
Those who have papers, President, please.
Thank you, this is Peter speaking. I would like to inquire from the specialist in the presence of the head teachers in guiding us in making timetable that can suit community outreach within 80 minutes for a particular subject to be taught in the school. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. My name is Bango Toro, and I'm student of St. Charles Luanda. I want to inquire whether a student can be given a privilege to repeat after not making it in his final, basically the senior for exam. Now, if yes, how shall the 20% score be accounted for, which one would have gone from senior 1 up to senior 4? Then secondly, in the early stages of the implementation of the curriculum, people were given the privilege to go to school with the phones because the curriculum requires the students to do a lot of research. And reaching somewhere, these phones were cancelled, the students will go without. So, and now you're telling us that people must not buy notes. So, how shall this research be made applicable? Because the guidance that you bring are more of theory that even can't open one's mind. So, how shall it be made possible? Thank you.
Yeah, application of the top technique.
Yeah, thank you so much. My name is Edgar Francis. I teach agriculture in the secondary school. I have only one inquiry. I've been teaching this syllabus since the beginning of it.
I've realized that the syllabus has covered the entire 4 years. We have 432 periods that covers the 4 years without any single day of examination, not even fatigue of integration. Because if you look at what we have 72 periods for senior 1 and 2, but we have only 2 periods per week for teaching them according to the guideline of National Curriculum Development Center. Now, I find it serious difficulty in the SS because equally I'm the one drawing timetable for teachers there. So, in my observation, if we cover the periods of agriculture using the 2 periods for 3 and 4, with an average in the other days. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Gender, I'm going to give opportunity for since then I come to teach at last, I think.
So take one and then give time for the presentation.
Female student.
Teacher? Oh, there's a female here.
Thank you so much. I'm Adolfo Joel from Receipt Secondary School in the Park District. I want to get some clarity on concerning the topics that is in agriculture, because I heard you talking of 24 topics, and heard of all these 24 topics be taught. But if you're to follow the syllabus, we have some other areas that the school is supposed to choose either or from one of them. For example, like you've been talking about the root and stem tuber growing. So in that area, you find that the syllabus is guiding has the teachers or the school to choose either root and stem tuber growing or legume and oilseed. So in my school, we decided to take legume and oilseed. So is it not going to be the confusion that is going to maybe come, maybe to go to students that these teachers have not taught us with the following topics, for example, that because of, for example, like the example that I gave, we have many of them, like also under domestic animal rearing, is saying the school can either choose one of the following to study. Okay, we have poultry rearing, fish and aquaponic farming, we have rabbit rearing and goat rearing. And I don't know, we need some clarity from there. Then also concerning the books that is being sold in the market, I've done research and I've found that these books are being written by the examiners. Most of them are being written by the examiners. So I'm feeling so scared when I hear you talking of that they are deceiving us. Also give us some clarity there. Thank you.
Lastly, then the rest they can give information.
Thank you. I observe the protocol. Nemar Margaret from Marasa Secondary School. I would wish to appreciate this organization, and we have welcomed warmly the new curriculum. My concern is about the books, the teacher's guide and the learner's guide, book 4, learner's activity book 4. It has come to my notice that some schools have received these books and others have not received, and that we have completed the first term. Is there any assurance that all the schools will receive these books soon? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Before I forget, my dear colleague teachers of agriculture, your questions have shown to me that you have a lot to interact among yourselves, and others might have gone ahead. I humbly request you to register a quality WhatsApp group so that you can interchange whatever project you do at school level. Thank you. Back to the facilitator.
Members, I want to thank you for sharing with me your concerns. They are very good concerns, and they talk about the learning journey that we have, all of us. We have a learning journey, or the learning curve. all of us have. The new curriculum design is on knowledge integration. So that one, write it, knowledge integration. And when you use that design, topics, facts become obsolete. What is important is called a construct. Knowledge integration results into constructs. In agriculture, there are mainly 3 constructs. Construct number 1 is crop production. And in crop production, there are 3 dimensions. One dimension is establishing the garden. The second dimension is growing the crop. And the third dimension is harvesting the crop. All of crops go through those 3 dimensions. So we don't need to ask on every crop. We only ask an item on crop production, 1. Whether you have studied coffee and another one has studied legumes, the learner is expected to apply the knowledge acquired to a situation given to him. Because today you are in Koboko growing cassava. You will be taken to a place where they are growing yams. Your role is to apply the knowledge of yams. So it doesn't matter which crop you have studied. That is the principal one. Animal production is the second construct. Animal production is the second construct. And it also has 3 dimensions. Establishing an animal enterprise. That's dimension 1. Dimension 2, rearing the animal. And number 4, harvesting the product of the animal product. Those are the 3 dimensions. Whether you have reared hens, another one ducks, another one goats or fish, it is an animal. It has those 3 dimensions. So we shall ask you to respond to one item out of animal production. The third dimension, the third construct is value addition for the consumer. Value addition for the consumer. So you can add value to any product of agriculture. And it can be meat, milk, feeds, agro-waste, fruits, vegetables. You are adding value for the consumer. The processes of adding values are the same. If we asked on each of them, in competence-based, we call it score pollution. We call it score pollution and balloon success. If you ask on value addition in fruits, then you go value addition on meat. The steps are the same. So what are you, if somebody knows this one and is faced with this one, he has only to apply the knowledge or transfer of learning. That is competence-based. It is different from the knowledge-based curriculum. The knowledge-based curriculum wanted to know how many topics have you put in your head. How many topics have you put in your head? So they wanted you to recall those topics. And Paulo Freire put it in other words that this is the banking approach. When you take 1 million to the bank and you want to go back and withdraw 1 million, that is what Paul Fiere put it. The old curriculum was a banking approach. This one is a competence-based approach. It is about what can you do, not how much do you remember, what can you do. And if it is what can you do, it means what can you apply from what you know. So that difference needs to be clear to all of us. That's why my friend who is saying, hey, I taught there is an elective here. Is it in crop production? Is it in animal production? So place all of the topics in those 3 categories and then teach according to the time you have. It goes to the other one who says the timetable for community outreach. If I'm understanding the curriculum very well, topic 1 of senior 1, topic 2, and topic 3. For me, I would straight away start with vegetable growing there, and then I will integrate the topic 1, 2, and 3. Because they are going to be integrated across all of the topics in agriculture. So, in senior 2, I can do cereal growing at the same time, legume growing, because it is practical. Open the garden for beans, open the garden for maize. To the same day, or make the learners one group to be opening the garden of tubers, got another group maize, another group beans. The same day. And then they learn as they work. In the same time, I will start animal production. And I don't need 2. I can also go to beverages. But since you don't have the beverages, they take long. You can take them to the expert now. Teach them about fruit production, to teach them about agroforestry. And the syllabus will be done. But in senior 3, you will find there cattle. You are repeating domestic rearing you did in senior 2. It is just for practice. It was put there for practice. So right now I'm making the curriculum for the refugees. For them, they are going to do this syllabus only in 2 years. And that's what we have done for them. We have put the topics together. They choose what they can afford as electives, but we are telling them the principles are these. 2, so the timetable, it is, I told you, teacher understand the learning outcomes. Because when you go through the syllabus, you realize that the learning outcomes are speaking about the same things. Then, ICT integration, we don't have computers, we don't have phones, we don't have this and that. 1, we the old are fighting the younger people. That one I have to accept. You think the younger people, when they have phones, they are going to get spoiled. You are the one who is outdated. So we still have the board of governors who think phones are going to make our children spoiled and so on. That is being outdated. And leading people who are digital. For us, we are analogs. We should accept. But I'm not the one who makes decisions at your school. If I was the one, I told that the people at NCDC and we have produced customized classroom tablets. I thought there was one school in West Nile that was given those tablets by NSSF. That's the direction we are going. I told you, computers is a necessary evil for all of us. Phones are a necessary evil for all of us. Only that we need to convince the old people that they are useful to us. These old people, we need to convince them that the phones are useful to us. When I went to Nigeria, the companies in term 1 of senior 1, they come to give to all of the senior ones the phone is for free. And they tell them that we shall keep your phone open as long as you buy airtime of 1,000 a week. That is all. So for them, the children receive the phone is for free. Because they know that using economies of scale, when these people pay 1,000 each week, they have 4,000 in a month. It's a lot of money from all these younger people. They don't need to buy the phone. But also they put a program that the teachers, the first 2 weeks, you are teaching the children how to use the phone to learn your subject. So the teachers have to teach these people how to use the phone to learn the subject. One head teacher I went with to Nigeria, for him, he says, if the teacher says that tomorrow you will use the phone, he gets permission from me, and the children come with the phones to school on that day. And they are used for the lesson. After that, they are not allowed to enter the gate with the phone. It is the teacher to seek permission for you to have the phone in the school. Because he couldn't convince the other old members of board of governors that the phones are necessary. So he made that waiver for the children. But from the bottom of my heart, technology is a necessary evil. So we need it yesterday. The children are promoted automatically. There is no failing in the competence-based curriculum. That was the old curriculum. If the child, the question is, what can this person after a whole lawyer do? If there is something he can do, he can go to the next level. Period. What can you do? So do not sit for a whole lawyer and you do nothing. Demonstrate to these people what you can do. And that one is good to promote you to the next class. If the child has something he can do, even just writing his name or her name, it is enough to be promoted to another class. It comes from SDG 4, the Sustainable Development Goal number 4, section 4.6. Says by 2030, all adults of 18 years and above should be able to write and count. Period. Will these people be there in 2030? So we want to make sure that they are able to read, write, and count. Period. Who told you that they came to study your subjects? Did they make that agreement? So, these people will go to the bank, and in the bank, the forms we fill in require you to know how to write and read and count. Period. Even if they don't know your history, they will have their money. So, even if they don't know my agriculture, they will have their money. So, help them to know how to read, write, and count in the 4 years. If they can do that, they are good to go. Secondly, some people are coming to school only to relate with those who will be deciding at the district. They have already their money. And they will be getting businesses from these who have passed your exams. So, think differently. Then somebody says, will the teachers who is taking us outside observe us as we are in the field? Yes, the teacher can have group leaders to help him. Each group will have a leader. If you are 5-5 and in each group there are 5 people, the teacher can print out. Even UNEB is advising that the teacher prints out the observation forms. And so you give them to the group leader to do peer assessment for the learners. And for you, verify just as a teacher. So it is possible to do assessment, observations as required. You need a language. All of you need languages. Like I'm using English. And in the future, people will need 2 languages which are not local. Somebody is asking the grading system UNEB is going to share, and on the portal they have already shared. The children of senior 4 were affected by COVID-19, we are aware. And many of the things UNEB has put was because of that. We are picking many things from even your scores. They are telling, bring the scores. But we are aware that you missed. We are not ignorant of that. So your year is a special year. It will have special considerations. So somebody said the coverage of the syllabus, it is not, it is the construct. And the syllabus was written carefully along the construct. Even in biology, even in geography, even in English. There are about 4 constructs in each subject. But the topics were spread over 4 years for purposes of practice. You start the construct in senior 1, you go on practicing it through the 4 years. That you are given, like in crop, you do vegetables in senior 1, you do vegetable, rather root tuber in senior 2, in senior 3 you do pasture production, just for practice. But all of the same, it is about crops. You do animal in senior 2, you do animal in senior 3, it is just for practice. Value addition, you start with livestock, value addition, feeds, and then you do value addition to meat, value addition to milk, value addition to agro waste and fruits in senior 4. Just for practice, but it's the same construct and the same dimensions. Then somebody says the books arrived late and so on. Desk officer, about the distribution of books, you need to say something. And then record keeping is needed in everything you do. Somebody is asking where will it be assessed. Another one is asking to be where will financial services be assessed. In everything, so long as you use a business model canvas to do any of the things in agriculture, you're already in financial services. Then, what are about the subject combination is that one will be taken care of by the average that is coming. Then, government reached with the DIT. DIT was halted. Why? Somebody is asking me that. And it is a very good program. True, it is a good program. The issue was some of the schools were not ready for DIT because DIT is hands-on. You cannot do DIT when you don't have the facilities. So it was left to those who have the facilities to do it. And the others can learn lessons from those who are doing it. There are a number of schools. Last year we had 100 schools that did DIT. This year I expect the number to be much bigger. So if you have the facilities, DIT is optional. It is very, very clear. Kiswahili compulsory up to which class? That is Kajubi in 1992 told us that we are late in doing Kiswahili. And we still continue to be late. But I know in senior 1 and 2, learn Kiswahili because you need it as the East African community emerges. Learn Kiswahili not for me, from personal level, not official level. Learn Kiswahili because you need it. Even when you are not at school, learn Kiswahili. Then is the grading at the end of the new curriculum going to be the same as distinction is credits and passes? The answer is no. We have a different grading system and it will be shared by UNEB. Then the phone it is the same question people asking about phones. Why do head teachers refuse us to have phones? They know that we need to research. Head teachers, that is yours. Was this curriculum developed by Ugandans? The one you are talking about, somebody is asking me, was this curriculum developed by Ugandans? It made me have sleepless nights from 2010 up to 2020. It is me. And I went to 5 countries to benchmark. I had the opportunity. I did a pilot in Bulu Army and in Gayaza High School on the topic market in English language, and I did on financial services in Natete Muslim, in Busede Seed School, and in Arapai near Teso College Aloit. I did the pilot. I've been in the lead of this since 2010. And for me, even I had wanted to reduce the number of subjects to 8. But these fellows said, we shall lose our jobs. And that's why we have now 20 subjects. So that is the issue. For me, I pray that in the future, the students do less than 6 subjects. That is my prayer, my big prayer. Grading, we have said UNEB will come and share with the teachers, but it is a new grading system. Combination is, are they going to remain the change? The universities are grappling with this because in the future, what you study at A level will not determine what you do in the university. So it is only now, and the program has come. I can even get all of the Fs in A level, but go and do higher education certificate and do a course I want. So that one has already started. So the teachers, be ready for this emerging trend. Just get ready for the emerging trend. And for you, they will want you to have the capacity to handle the university program. So they are introducing new ways of admission. My addition, the teachers, our teachers were not trained, and they are struggling with the curriculum. So what do we do? So I'm requesting the head teachers organize training for our teachers. May I know from the board whether they will, the scores will be sent to UNEB? That one already UNEB has asked for it, and the head teachers are aware. Then about the current S5 and S6, will they, if they have not performed well, what will happen? So those who are not performing well in A level, they will do the abridged. That one is very easy. But if you were in the old curriculum and you start in 2023, there is a window which was opened, and the schools were asked to register whoever wanted to change his grades using the old curriculum to register in the schools, and they will sit in November a separate exam. And they told everybody from 1918 who wants to improve his scores can register. So that one is okay. You said that students who only write his or her name will be promoted to the next level. I would like to inquire from you. Under which identifier? At school level, there is no repeating. And if we are using the identifier, we call it the pre-structural identifier. The new curriculum is based on 5 identifiers. There is what we call pre-structure. Here you have a number of ideas that you can.
It means we do most of the talking and we give them little time. Now, he gave us a quote that education is not learning fast, but training people to think critically to address societal needs. End of quotes. for us to do this appropriately, teachers, colleagues, as you plan your topic according to him, you must have the following as you prepare for a particular topic. The key learning outcomes, the generic skills, the values and application. The values and cross-cutting issues. And if we do that in our planning, and at the time of our teaching, we must be able to let the learners discover, to do exploration, make analysis, and do application. Once that is done, then we shall produce learners that will address the national needs by producing employable skills that are very competitive in the job market. That will be my summary for this. Now, having said that, I will now invite a volunteer student to move a vote of thanks to our facilitator. Any volunteer? Yes? Thank you.
My name is Machado Njok. I am from Koko Public within Koko district. Thank you so much, our facilitator. This is how to flow. So I think in the Uganda is now, the background of Uganda is agriculture. I think the plant is already planted. Right now you are watering the plant. We are coming to sit under the shade, and our children now will enjoy the fruit. That's the start. So we are very glad, and we are grown enough by what you tell us. But according to most of us, we still have many questions. But me, I did not give my question. But no problem, just go that way. Let me give. No problem. Do answer that? There's no problem. Let me just check by this. At first, they are saying old notes. For sure, according to the teachers right now, they will see the new curriculum books. Sometimes they are too small. Just activity, no answer, no one. They say, for this one, they are all the same. They'll just give the old notes. So, how will you make this to be completed? How will you know that this school now are catch up with the notes of old curriculum? Since these people most of them are now giving the old curriculum notes. So how will that be targeted? Another one now is activity. Some activities are given every single time. But for some school now, you'll find out someone who started from senior one is given an activity with blank face. There's no correction from teacher, no follow-up. You'll go and answer at your own risk. The teacher will not come and correct this one. How will you know that you're correct yourself? So that one is also there. And you know, even some activity they will see, this activity they will say that, assuming you are butterfly or this, tell the farmer that you are very important. Yeah? That one will be there. With the teachers, they will say that, for this one, they are telling us usual thing. So for all curriculum, let them say. I think that's what is happening. Another one is the last one now. The last one now. You are telling us that no failure. Okay? You know, they say that there's no gain without pain. Okay? But they told us that we are not going to fail. If you come to senior one there, thing are asked there for new curriculum, you will get 0.9, you will get 1 there, 1 constant, and at the end you will go to senior 2. The second time for senior 2, you will not put effort. You know that automatically you are going. How will this one be so? For sure we will not grow if we are making like that. Person will not take notice of what to take in now, assuming as long as you know that already I'm going and I must finish senior 4. So how will this one be addressed? Actually, even me, if I know that I'm not failing, what to now revise? I'm working hard so that I want to protect myself from failing. Okay? Yeah. But if I know that I will not fail, now I revise. Then you will do nothing, okay? So I think according to failure, we need correction for it. This is all what I will ask and what I will add for that. But we have grown a lot. And thank you for the lesson you have given us. I wish to stop here. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. I requested him to say a vote of thanks, but he ended up asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we are supposed to be in the next item on our program, so I wouldn't like to waste time on this item. But the team of our agricultural farm camp for West Nile in St. John's, Luanga, is skilling the youth in agricultural business to enhance food security, self-reliance, environmental conservation, and education for sustainability. This is a team of our farm camp. And let everybody go with that team because it is rich for us to make us live beautifully in this planet. Now, managing this program is Mr. Anton Ebero, the head teacher of Moyes. My best facilitator was Mr. Mulumba Matthias, a specialist in agriculture from National Development Curriculum Center. With this, I beg to stop here. We had it this time simply because we are doing everything for God and my country. Thank you very much.
Having been trained patriotically, and therefore said, can we say, Asante sana. Ingeza tena. Miso tena. Thank you very much. Facilitator, we are rich, but we need more. See, when the food is tasty, you eat and keep on biting the tongue and sometimes the finger. On the program, we shall move in this way. One, those who have organized the exhibition, teachers and learners, they feel step out and set up your exhibition under the tent. And then, as you do that, we are going to welcome one business unit called Party Uganda Limited to exhibit some photographs and printers. They are going to have some session about 5 to 10 minutes. That will take us close to lunchtime. By the time of lunch, we go in for the exhibition. By that time, the chief guest will have arrived for opening ceremony. So may I call upon Copy and Cut Uganda Limited. Copy Cut Uganda Limited. To have some brief presentation. You are most welcome.
Thank you so much, Mr. MC. Good afternoon, everyone. And good afternoon, our distinguished teachers and the teachers. My name is Virungi Rachel. I work with Copycat Uganda. I'm a sales manager at that company. Those who have been coming to Kampala, at least you're familiar with the face. My sister's there. I say hello. Copycat Uganda is an international company. We are dealers and distributors of photocopiers, printers, laptops, money counting machines, office desktops, quite a lot of things, especially when it comes to IT solutions. So currently we are promoting a machine called the risograph. It's a heavy-duty machine in schools for printing exams. St. Charles Luanga, headed by Mr. Okeni Francis, is my newest client in this region. They've just acquired one new machine some few weeks ago. And to those who would want to see and ask questions of how the machine works, he has given me leeway and a chance to do exhibition using his machine, because it's no longer mine. It is his property, but he has permitted me to use it as exhibition in the computer room. So those who are waiting, you want to see, you would want to ask questions, please, you will just let me know, and then we'll walk that room. So now, coming back and talking about a reso machine, like I've said, it is a LUDT photocopier, or you can call it a duplicator, that gives you up to 130 pages in every single minute. That means in 10 minutes, you will have 1,300 pages or copies printed. We have both A3 and A4. A4, it is called SF5030. It's the newest model, like I've said. It can even print out school envelopes. You no longer need a service provider to come and eat your money. They are selling you envelopes at 700, 1,000. You can just cut your master, you buy your envelopes, and then you do the printing, whichever size. And then when I talk about that SF5350, that one does S3. We are promoting it to chairpersons, regional chairpersons who are going to head the printing out of mocks. You can save a lot of money when you have this machine in your region. The life expectancy for both machines is, the minimum is 10 years. That is if you're not taking good care of it in terms of service, but it can work for us up to 15 years when the machine is there in the school working and operating. So I've also seen that the new curriculum, it has been changed to color printing. Those who need photocopiers, color photocopiers, please reach out to me. Even these small office printers, projectors, tip screens, projector screens, anything to do with IT solutions, we are here to serve you. Mr. Ogeni Francis, you have a small gift from Copycat Uganda. We thank you for welcoming us and also being our customer. And that gift is here. Please come and receive it. And on top of that, in his gift, there is another envelope as Copycat that we've contributed towards this farm camp. We've contributed a sum of 100,000 shillings. It's also there. So thank you so very much. Let me not take a lot of time because it's basically for the learners. The head teachers reach out to me. I'll be around. I'll give out some brochures. In case you need me, the brochures also have my contacts. Thank you so much, Mr. MC.
Just seconds. Members, I want to give a testimony. Before he came to St. Charles Nile and Acholi Farm, we acquired Copycat machine in 2010 in the school where it was. As I speak now, that machine is still working without any problem. 14 years down the road, still perfect. And that's why I trust Copycat. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. My dear learners, see, when you are salesperson, you should have the skill of communication, right? Say apply. Huh? Yes. Thank you, Copycat Uganda Limited. I think Mr. Mulumba, which you have given your contact also for us. See, he has already given it. Oh, that's very good. I think those who may not have it shall have it on the platform, so that at school level, some people may have the engagement to engage into this. And now that we have come to this level, allow me to also draw your attention that the meeting for head teachers with the next officer is going to be after the opening ceremony. After the opening ceremony, as those who are going to exhibit are setting the exhibition, I was told a school has presented, they have organized a poem. Will you have and present for us your poem as we did this sort of time?
as those who are setting the exhibition and the welfare development, try to organize our well-being. The school that those also who have organized for poem, please. That's very, maybe you will give me the details of that. The teacher Nyai. And I think also, dear teachers, dear colleagues teachers, much as this presentation has been on the agriculture, but you can copy and paste for other subjects. For instance, those of us who are teaching, say, physics, it is not good to go and talk about electric bulb in the class, which has no electric wire, which has no electric bulb. It is better you bring these learners in the hall where there are electric bulbs. That is the message of Mr. Matthias. So that by the time when you go back for the theoretical part, the learner will know how bulb looks like, the type of the bulb, whether it is the screw end or pin type. That is why when you ask somebody, an electrician, and you buy from bulb, my bulb has blown. The question is, are we supposed to bring screw end or pin end? And of course now, because you have not done anything about that, you tell the electrician, reach out to home, come and check the length of the bulb holder. And when you are teaching your student, he has been said about agriculture. Really, you talk about eggs, egg-laying, and there's a nearby farmer who has a multiple enterprises. I think it is better let these learners witness. Sometimes you may lessen your work so that we don't talk more than 10 minutes. This was very exciting. This was very brief for me in terms of a patch. A human. A gago. Good. For people of West Nile, I'm going to summarize. The host has. So if you have a seller, you did the contract, come to the costs. Papach. Papach is is Amor district representative? Amor. Oh, yes. Thank you. Yeah, I think for West Nile, Mr. Francis is going to put on our platform, which I receive it. No, in our culture, in fact, our culture is very rich. Take care of visitors. Take care of visitors. And when we are growing, when they tell you to go and change for chicken and those visitors come, you have to go and look for the one that you can also survive with the wings. Don't give a small one. That is the beauty of visitors. And also in Bible, visitors bring blessings and all that. The theme our West Nile and Acholi Farm Camp is scaling the learners through agribusiness, for food security, self-reliance, and environmental conservation. Colleague teachers, my dear learners, allow me to inquire this. Under environmental conservation among the learners, how many have planted trees on their compound? If you have planted trees on your compound as a learner, raise your hand. Thank you. What's the species? And these are students of Seleme, Beer, and then another one. Yeah? This. So this is the teachers. You are going to witness for me this. Because we need those pictures of those quiz on our platform. You go to the home of the child, you photograph and send for us. So that next time when we are going to, I think the next day Farm Camp is in Philippines, we shall close the gap of planting one trees on our compound. When you plant a mango tree, within 10 years, you will be the one to now supply the neighbors. Okay? Yes. Then you plant that one at home. Among you, how many are planted at the school level? Those who are planted trees in their school.
Lemon tree.
Good. Of parents. It's even there. Even the is here. I know those are so planted. Maybe in summer, raise for me your hands. Let me see. Those who are planted. One represent per school. What is one? One representative. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And we have over 30 institutions here. Meaning that averagely we are doing at the rate of 50% in tree planting. Can we make commitment? Those of you who have not planted trees, because our theme is talking about environmental conservation, can we now go and be exemplary? Okay? Yes. So when you go to your school on 27th, that first week, plant trees and send to me your head teacher we want to see on the platform. Special fruits. Next, in charge of exhibition is about to step in. That is environmental conservation. Then skilling. In this room here, how many of you are suppliers of bread to teachers in the circle? Yes. You see? I say, I think here we are going to get zero, but there is no zero. KC Secondary School. The staff members are not stepping out of school for escorts. Students are the one supplying shepherd. Any other school? So in Nigeria, say for them they are supplying shepherd and cassava chips. Now, my question will be, my interest there will be, what is the value addition? Because our facilitator talked about the value addition. If you say you sell cassava tube at maybe 1,000, what about when you convert in form of chips? How much is it going to get for you? When we come to workshop, there was a facilitator. The message that I've not forgotten now is that when you invite a workshop, the first beneficiary is you. Then others will benefit later. Because when they tell you that in the workshop that you need to plant trees, you need to, I think, take initiative to buy the seeds and plant yourself and later you continue. Then, today again, we have Copcap Limited. They talked about pressure machine, and indeed they were also witnessed. Pressure machine, for your information, good number of our schools also have. And it is durable and faster. What we shall now recommend as also as beneficiaries is that we wish it should have the component of color printing. Oh.
Thank you for the reminder. This ratio, the one that is so common in schools, is black and white. But we also have color, it is called home color. Though it goes for 120 million, it needs for either the region or the district. Or even schools, they can come together, like 5 schools. Because if you look at a copier, a color copier, it goes for 30 million, of which now 4 or 5 schools can join hands and buy the home color ratio. Yeah, just 1 minute actually, a reminder. By the way, we also do high purchase. Don't sit there and then you're like, my school is small, we cannot manage this money at once. We do high purchase, we will cost 50%, and then we bring for you the machine, then you finish the balance, later we do a payment plan. Also on consumables, I went to visit Mr. Eliak in his school, but it was a bit busy. They've been cheating him. You people are working with those guys who come and buy from copycat, and again they sell to you. Our consumables are very cheap. Master is 140,000. Ink is 130,000. So work with us directly because we are the authorized distributors. Stop working with Baba Itabatembe hookers.
Thank you. We have been talking about scaling. Now, food security. Food security is also within our theme. If I'm to ask the questions, the answer will be yes. By show of hands, how many have already had a crops for last season as a student down their home? When you have a field of say cassava, you have a field of any other crops, so you will plant the maize, raise up your hand. You are not out of the problem. Thank you very much. Now, we are in holidays. After here, we are going to apply our knowledge. This is the theme of food security. You know when there is no food at home, do you know what happens? Paying the school fees becomes a problem. If there is food insecurity, the parents cannot even sit at home. But we are able, we have to provide manpower. So when you are coming back on 27, I am expecting each and everyone who have contributed to the parent to back up this over food security. We are applying our theme. Our theme is very, very rich. Our theme is very rich. Let us ensure we apply each and every item. The aspect of self-reliance, when you are skillful, you can do things, then by the time you are going, actually when you can make your own, you can make your creative, you can make certain things that you are, like liquid soap, that you have been making from school, now that you tell your father or your mom, that the materials required for liquid soap is supposed to be 35,000. Then, if you get for me this, I will make liquid soap out of this number there. In this 3 weeks time, you know you are being taught to learn the space of business, right? Entrepreneurship. You know
the hotels that are using liquid soap for washing and all of that, even your own teachers. Huh? In our homes, our families are using liquid soap every day. If it's my Lana who brings a liquid soap from, say, the one from St. Mary or BIA or who has seen Mogola, it's my neighbor, and he has said, sir, I want to supply liquid soap. At the rate of this. And you know that the market is already here. Students. Yes, your teachers are the source of your market. And the head teachers. And instead of buying, because he or she is the head teacher, instead of buying only one empty this bottle of will say, pray for me 5 liters. Right? And you're giving it. So the issue of self-reliance. And by the time of when it is o'clock in 27th of May,